try to get you going and stuff and all that. But it takes money, man, to get you out there and knowing people and stuff like that.
So you grew up with these, with the guys in the Tempos. You grew up with those guys in L.A. or Watts?
L.A.
Like y'all were high school or middle school, high school together?
No. I met them when I got out of the service.
Oh, when you got out. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I knew Bobby, and that was Bobby's group. Bobby Sanders was managing them, and I know Bobby Sanders because me and Bobby grew up from kids. We were kids together, you know, and we grew up together in music, and we sung in different groups together. And man, there's so many groups I've been with. I can't even remember them all, you know. And that's why I said I need to try to collect myself to get the history of all the things that I went through and how I got started and all that stuff, man. It's something I just can't do off the top of my head. I have to kind of do a little research.
No, I understand. That's a long time ago.
Make some notes of where I started, how I started. You know, to start from the beginning, it would be. Then you can kind of like edit it out, you know, after we do that.
Yeah, for sure. So you said a lot of groups. So I imagine guys were, you know some guys, and these guys, everybody's trying to sing and get together, and maybe some nights you with some group, and the feeling is good, and you do some things together, and maybe somebody goes off somewhere, and so another group starts up, but everybody's singing though.
Yeah, you remember that movie? What's that movie that was made called? With Robert De Niro and his son grew up in the Bronx Tale. You remember that movie? Have you seen that movie of Bronx Tale?
Yeah, I have.
You see how those guys are on the street corner singing?
Yeah.
That's a reality. That's what we used to do. Just like in the movie The Temptations, how them guys are on the corner singing and people listening to them. That's the way it was back in there. Everybody was trying to sing.
That was the thing to do.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing, singing, you know, and groups and stuff, you know. And some made it, some didn't.
Yeah, of course. So
but I made it with a group called the Sevilles. We had hit record.
The Sevilles.
Yeah, that's why I said it's history, man. I got a lot of history of groups, man, and I got the music too.
Wow, yeah, we definitely got to hear that. So were you in that generation, man, that would hang out in the clubs on Central Avenue?
We didn't, not on Central Avenue, but we did a lot of hanging out with clubs at, you know, Santa Barbara and L.A. and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's how we met Little Richard, you know, and stuff like, you know. I could go on and on, man, picking stuff up and remembering stuff, and it's out of order, you know.
You're listening to Let's Chew the Gum, the podcast where we talk about everything from A to Z. This is an exclusive phone interview with Andrew Byone, the best tenor that I know. Remember, you can find Let's Chew the Gum, the podcast, on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spreaker. You can also email us at letschewthegum@gmail.com, protocol@gmail.com. That's PROTKALL@gmail.com. Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Hellonis, and several other social media networks, all by searching for Let's Chew the Gum or at Professor TK. We'll be right back to continue the interview after a word from our sponsor. Stay tuned. Y'all come back now, you hear? Have you ever thought about making your own podcast? If you haven't, Anchor is the way to go. It's a really easy way to get started. It's free. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. They will distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard just about everywhere: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more locations. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Everything you need to make one podcast or several podcasts all in one place. All you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. Check it out. Thank you for coming back. If you like what you hear on this station, you can show your support by going to anchor.fm/protocol, where you can donate $99, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. But for now, let's join our interview already in progress with the one and only Andrew Byone.
In the 60s, man, I was with another group, and that group broke up, and and one of the guys in the Sevilles, they had a hit record called Charlena.
All right.
And Ernie went to jail, and I took his place, and we made a lot of records, man. And we had a few hit records, man. And Charlena's a standard right now, man. It's a standard, Oldie, Goodie standard, you know.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard Charlena.
Yeah, and so, you know, there's a lot, man. But we'll get into it, man.
Okay, for sure. It seemed like you should be getting some royalties or something from some of them songs, man, even though they're owned by other people. You know, you participated. So.
Well, you know, a lot of people that were involved in that stuff, Tyree, most of them are gone. And so, you know, where do you go? You know, where do you find it? How do you research and find all that stuff?
Yeah.
You know, I used to have Bobby Sanders' lady. We used to date. And a matter of fact, her name was Betty, too.
Oh, how about that?
And we used to be in contact with her after Bobby died. But then, you know, that kind of faded, you know, and so, you know, you don't know where anybody is anymore, you know?
Are we talking about the same woman that you got the pictures from? Oh, this is a different woman.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this was Bobby's woman.
Oh, okay.
Bobby Sanders, the manager's girl, you know.
Oh, okay. I thought that.
Yeah.
I thought that was the same wife who you got the pictures from with you and Little Richard and Stevie Wonder.
Oh well, yeah, I got them from Bobby and him. Yeah, Bobby gave us all those. Gave me all those pictures. We went. Me and Betty went over his apartment one time, and he gave me a bunch of them. You know, and we made copies of them. But I don't know what happened. I never could find them.
Are you not in contact with his ex-wife anymore?
No. That's what I said. We lost contact after Bobby died. We communicated for a while, and then it kind of like faded away. You know.
Is her name Betty? Is her name Betty Sanders?
No.
What's her
they
name?
weren't married.
Oh, okay.
They weren't married.
You don't know her last name?
No, not anymore.
Okay. No, man, this is good stuff, man. I appreciate you taking the time. It's definitely a start, so I look forward to just some more, man. So,
maybe I can search out some of the stuff from Bobby's label, because his label was called Soul Town Records.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I can do some research on that and see if there's anything around,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because some people know, and it'll be some records. So, once you get to digging and searching, you never know what pops up and who pops up, and somebody else is out there wanting to tell the story or have some say on it too, man. Because you guys all had experiences, man, and we're all a part of that history, man, and it matters, man. And so, all the people you guys encountered that know of you guys and know your stories, they know this, the deal too. And I'm sure a lot of them want to tell stories too.
Well, there's been stories out there, man, about groups that I've been in, and like when you, some of them put your names in it and some of them don't, And I've had that happen to me,
right?
Where I've been with groups and they have little short stories on like on YouTube and stuff, and they put the group people in the group that's in the group at that time, and they don't even recognize who was really in the group. Like I've been looked over in several groups, you know.
Yeah.
But I know the truth behind it, you know, and they know the truth behind it.
Yeah, that's the deal. Yeah, sometimes, man, people start doing that, and it's money involved, and they don't want to split the money. You know, there's be some money involved for people that's involved, and they put your name in it, then they got to pay you. And so I'm not saying that's what happened.
Yeah.
But I know that happens sometimes.
That could be. That could be the story behind it. And see, the thing about it, man. See, groups that like I joined after somebody left the group. And, you know, this is not bragging or nothing, but I was good. I was one of the best tenors in Los Angeles. And that's why I could get into a group easy, because I knew what I was doing, and I had a voice. And that's why you could always hear the difference in a group when somebody else was in it and when I was in it. You can tell the difference.
Well, I know from listening to songs, every time I'm hearing a song, man, I can pick you out like it's nothing, man. It's evident. So I know what you're saying is true. I've heard it.
Yeah. So like when I got in the Sevilles, I feel like, and a lot of people feel like, that our sound was better when I got in the group. And not putting Ernie down, but Ernie had a different sound at singing second tenor.
Yeah.
And I had a different sound that I feel like it blended more.
Yes.
You know, because Leroy and Charles, Leroy had a beautiful first tenor. He had a natural first tenor. And I was a second. I had a natural second. And Charles was a heck of a baritone singer. And we just blended well. You know, we just had a different sound. And I can show you that sometimes when we do get on this, and I get my 45s and play them. You can listen to the previous, the Sevilles when Ernie was in the group, and you can listen to the Sevilles when I was in the group.
Right.
And you can tell the sound. You can listen to the sound and see it's different.
So the Sevilles was a trio?
No, it's four of us.
It was you said Leroy, Charles, you, and what's the other person?
James Spencer.
Okay. What did he sing? What you were second tenor, first tenor, baritone? What did he sing?
Who, James?
Yeah.
James was the lead.
Oh, okay.
James, we had mostly one lead singer, and that was James. James was so super good, man. So he was a hell of a singer, and he like Wilson Pickett type singer.
Wow.
Yeah. And he sung with spiritual groups also. So he knew how to sing now.
He had a background there. You know, those choirs get you right.
You've heard James before on songs, you know.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
You know, like when I was singing with the Full Force, We Come a Long Way Together. That's James singing lead on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Is which is the group that's saying that's my song, man? You can do it. What group is that?
Oh, that's the Young Hearts. The Young Hearts. That song never came. Those songs never came out. Yeah. They were just mastered.
Oh yeah, I got you. That's that one right there, man. That get me every time. I think about that sometimes. And I be writing, I just start singing it, man.
Yeah. But anyway, man, we'll get with this, man, and talk more about it, man. I'm gonna get up and get myself together here.
All right, man.
I've been laying around all morning, man.
Okay, no, it's all good, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you a little bit later. Thanks a lot.
All right.
All right, later.
Bye.
So there you have it. That was an exclusive interview with